Hello weirdos, welcome to Sable Flare. Today we'll look at Solstice releases, anything that escaped sort of post-Halloween till the beginning of winter. So dark autumn, if you will.
I'm sorry that there's this glare on my glasses. It's super annoying. I have to wear these to be able to see the images I'm pulling up for these palettes.
I thought this was a late Halloween release, but it looks to be a December release, which is interesting. The Salem Cosmetics Meet Me in My Dreams palette has this nice vampire woman on the front, and the color story makes me think of Halloween. Notoriously Morbid is doing that thing again where they have a gorgeous cover art design, a fun concept, and then the color story is just kind of confusing. This seems to happen on their larger palettes. The shimmers look really fun. I like the colors and all of that. And then the mattes are just confusing. Also, I like a good balance between mattes and shimmers. I like having options in both camps. And I don't understand this one, so that's okay. VE Cosmetics, the Autumn Decay palette. The concept is nice. Cover art is fine. It gives me a certain image in my mind of possible color stories, and then we get this. A summer palette. Okay. The Menagerie Cosmetics bear is back. The super cute bear. Love it. I wasn't into the blush thing that came out with this before because it wasn't my thing. But now they have this really cute autumn-themed 9-pan, and I'm into it. It's Arthurine. I don't know how to say that. I should probably look it up. It's kind of basic, but, you know, it's cute. Shroud Cosmetics Dark Academia palette. I was intrigued, and then the color story is just basic. I really wish they would have pushed it in some direction or other, but it kind of feels like they fell in this middle ground of blah, which is too bad, because the concept is fun. DD Signature is back with not all fruit-themed palettes, which is totally okay. You're allowed to move on from that, DD Signature. You don't have to do that all the time. I feel like Glamlight started out with all food-themed stuff originally, I think, and they moved on from that, so it's allowed. I'm looking at the DD Signature Classic Autumn palette, and it is indeed as advertised. It's a nice balance of mattes and shimmers. Shimmers look fun. The matte colors fit. No complaints. Looks really nice. At about that time, they also launched their, pumpkin spice, of course. It's always pumpkin spice. The pumpkin spice quad. So I'm not typically into quads. This one looks totally cute, though. Rebel Rouge Labs wins for longest palette title. Come Undone, the sweater weather. Why is that a tongue twister? The sweater weather palette. Yeah. And it is as advertised. Nice combo of shimmers and mattes. Really fun combos I can see. It gives me all kinds of ideas. They're not a brand that I've tried. There's been a hollow misunderstanding. What? Touch of Glam Beauty has put out maybe their first palette. I'm not sure. Please let me know. The art is cute. I'm not sure why we need 5 shades of copper, because that's what it looks like. Maybe that's not it, because it's just one sort of dark promo photo, but I don't know. MBA Cosmetics has put out their Mystic Moon quad, and it's cute. Their shimmer formula, in my limited experience, is a whole lot better than their matte formula. So this I appreciate because it's just their shimmers and a little quad. I'm not sure if this is a seasonal release. It's cute, but I might be including it erroneously. Lethal has put out their Midnight Serenade palette. The sneak peek of the cover art was intriguing, and then the color story is kind of dusty and dull, frankly. I think that might be mostly the mattes, because some of the shimmers look fun. It's just not anything. I guess I was expecting more given the cover art and theme. Mika Beauty has put out their Earth Wizards palette. They'd been teasing their cover art for quite a while, probably because it's great cover art. And then we got the cover story, the color story, and it's all the same tones. I mean, okay, some of the shimmers vary a little bit, but it's all the same tones. And I like dark tones, do not get me wrong. I like it when there are darker tones in a palette. I like the drama. It's just my preference for, my aging hooded eyes, whatever. But there are 2 purples in here that look exactly the same. There are 2 browns that look almost exactly the same. And then blues. The blues look almost the same as well. So, why? Okay. I feel sad about this. Planet Bunny Machina palette. Awesome cover art and concept, and it's a rainbow palette. I would love to see a side-by-side comparison of this Machina palette and the Wicked Widow Resurrection palette, because I feel like they're similar. I do appreciate rainbow palettes that have these darker tones. Totally my thing. And I don't feel like I need a rainbow palette, so not tempting. The Cara Beauty Cookie palette. If you don't know what I mean, here it is. The only thing that confuses me more than the inside of this palette is the apparent title on the top, which is Creative Beauty Palette. That's not the name, right? No, that's not the name. I guess it's not meant to be entirely an eyeshadow palette because of these pan sizes, but I don't know what this is, but this is certainly a creative beauty palette. Yup, bring in the creativity. Okay. Not tempting. The Unearthly Dreamer palette is cool tone and not very tempting. Great cover art, fun concept, as usual from them. Most of their palettes are tempting to me, even the more cool toned ones, especially the Sorceress palette, because I think it looks gorgeous. There's just too much silver gray happening for a palette of that size. For me, I couldn't justify it. So I think now every time they come out with something cool tone, I'm like, not again! They don't always do that. That's not accurate. Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny come back together again for the Silent Night palette. It's seasonally appropriate and just not interesting to me. And I'm not completely opposed to cool tones. Please know this. I love a good dark blue. For reals. Why do we have brown and blue? I'm not even opposed to the gold with the blue. That's not my favorite combo at all. It makes me think of sports teams because it's those complementary colors. I feel like they're usually much better about committing to a colorful color story, all the way through the concept and not being tempted to put extraneous, neutral shades in there. They're usually good about that. This one falls flat for me, not tempting. Odin's Eye came out with a pair of holiday palettes. It's tough because last year their holiday palettes were a huge success, and they brought them back again this year, which is awesome. They came out with 2 new ones, and they just are drab. Not tempting, sorry. Simply Posh Aurora Lights. This is fun. It's decent cover art, fun concept. Feel like the color story fits the theme. There's some fun-looking shimmers in here, and it's not tempting to me, but I think they did a good job. The Terra Moons fall bundle was really nice and I missed it. And now they've put out 2 winter bundles that also look really nice. I don't usually look too closely at singles bundles because if I'm gonna get singles, I'm gonna pick out the things that I want and not get a bundle. I don't know if that's weird. I guess singles bundles are in like that weird liminal space. It's not a palette. It's not singles you're picking out yourself, just kind of awkward. However, their winter collection 1 and 2 look really nice. So, tempting. I think this is the year of Ensley Rain. They've put out some amazing color stories this year, for sure. And the Lands of Enchantment palette is no exception. It's not entirely tempting to me because it's a lot of pastels and cool tones, but there are some really nice looking deeper tones here, and their shimmers look really fun as always. So, Lands of Enchantment, tempting. Well, it was the year of Ensley Rain, and then we got Cold Moon. The shimmers look fun. They've got their patented variety of formulas to choose from. Definitely not my colors. It's all just taupe. It's all Cold Moon, just the land of taupe. You know, that's okay. One Ensley Rain palette that's not tempting is okay. One thing I will say, I'm getting a little irked by the very white, very skinny AI girl art on these Ensley Rain palettes. I don't think they started off doing this. No, they didn't. Their Midwinter Dream and their Spring palette did not have this. Yeah, I think it's just been the last 3. Cosmic Brushes, the Winter palette. You know. No, I forget the name, I'm sorry. I cropped it off this photo. But you know what I mean. This looks stunning. If I was more into cool tones, I would totally be into this. I mean, I guess it is tempting because I normally would not even consider it. So, tempting, but just not there for me. And that is okay. Bella Butte Bar's Bejeweled palette is a really fun take on a winter color story. It's not really holiday, it's not really autumn, however it's these nice winter tones. It is tempting. Simply Posh Cosmetics Cozy Cabin palette. Yes, this is Kosili and Huga in a palette. It is awesome. It is tempting. It is not my tones, but I keep staring at it because I want it to be my tones because it's so cute. And if you don't know what those terms are, I will put them up on the screen so that you can look them up because this is that. DD Signature's Jingle Bell Ruby palette is sort of confounding me because I am not interested in a Christmas color story, I gotta say. Yet, these tones are calling to me. And the shimmers look super fun. Where's the swatches? Yeah. Angelica's swatches for this palette? Yes. Like, give me some deep reds. Give me some nice, like, holiday feeling greens. And then even put them together with some gold. Like, this is not my thing. Why is it so cute? And then DD Signature has got a couple of what I think are lip glosses in with this collection, and they are stunning. Duochrome, if not multi-chrome glosses, like, amazing. And then we have the aptly named Perfect Plum Quad from DD Signature, and these are not even good swatches. Like, I think this cold shimmer looks really flat in this photo. I know I've seen a better picture of it somewhere. I apologize, I don't have it. I think the first round of the stock for this palette sold out really quickly, and I can see why, because this is super cute. So Dee Dee's Signature is crushing it this latter half of 2023. Welcome back. Please keep doing the fun things. Like, how many palettes of theirs did I mention? A lot, right? And I'm only bringing in stuff that looks interesting to me. Thanks for hanging out and looking over these tempting Solstice releases with me. See you next time.